All right, so we're beginning with the session. So today is a day that we've been long awaiting, in as much as it's the culmination of your GPS journey, Sharon, and it's been a really incredible journey. And I mean, I'd like to start off really from the beginning. So for those who might not be familiar, GPS is really about grow personal success, something that we all of us aspire to. But what we found is that sometimes along the way, what that vision of success gets obscured or gets lost, and then we find ourselves in a place that is unfamiliar. So let's go right back to the beginning, because we've been in communication for a little while. But did you find that you got to a place where you were a little bit stuck, or what prompted you to even reach out and embark on, our first introductory program?
Okay, so what I would say um, has been my journey recently. And when I say recently, I would say 6 months plus, is that life had been guiding me, but I wasn't tuning in. And
Okay.
what I needed to do is, when I really was at a stage that said, that my mind was telling me, or my thoughts were telling me, you need to work this out. You really need to work this out. Um,
I love what you just said, and I'm gonna come in every now and again just to bring clarity.
Fine.
So you said your mind and your thoughts were saying you've got to work this out. What was the this that needed to be worked out?
Okay, so intermittently, or every now and again, um, something would happen. And when I say something, uh, it could be a sentence, it could be hearing a line in a song, um, or it could just be an image. And I would respond emotionally. I would connect with it and I would respond emotionally.
And
Uh,
what kind of emotional response? I mean, we're getting really deep really quickly, but hey, I mean, if that's what it is. So what kind of emotional response were
there
you?
was a sadness attached to it.
Oh, now I'm hearing you. So let me just be clear. Are you saying on some occasions the response would be sadness and some occasions would be joy, or was it consistently a kind of sadness?
I would say a higher percentage of the time, which would be over 80, 85%,
Wow.
there was a
Okay.
sadness.
All right. So now let's
Um,
break that down a little.
well, let me clarify that for myself, is that I would I would recognize it as being sadness, because the emotion that I felt or that I displayed were tears.
Oh, wow. Hold on a
Okay.
second. Let me just back up a little bit. So what you're saying is intermittently, you'd be going about your business and you might hear a song, you might see a word, or you might something. And just out of the blue, it
Yes.
it would invoke
Yeah.
this kind of response
Yeah.
that you'd be tears would be coming.
Yes. Unchecked. No
Wow.
control over it, which was a little bit unnerving for me, to say the least.
Listen, I never knew that. And thank you for breaking that down. Like that is so deep. And I'll explain why in a moment. But so so of course, when you're having these experiences, you are asking Sharon, what the hell's going on here?
What's going on? What's going on? And I was asking that question. I was putting that out into the ether. I was asking that, what's happening? Um, and I'd done that for a period of time. Um, but then I started to listen for the answer and seek. the response.
Now we're talking. Now that's what I was waiting for. That's what I was hoping you was gonna say. So you didn't just stumble our
No,
way.
I don't believe so.
It was intentional in the sense that
Yeah.
you put out the intent. And so on this occasion, when you came across, what was it, our bulletin or our blog, or what was it you came?
Well, I was on a workshop that you were attending. And I think in the break, everybody who was also in attendance did a little bit of networking, and we sort of just exchanged contact details. And I, in my own way, had filed it away neatly and said, right, okay, so this group of people I will reach out to. And this is what I mean. The universe is guiding me, but I drop the ball occasionally. And what had happened was, so let's say in relation to now, I had detailed your email and connected with the newsletter and such like. And that dropped into my inbox at one stage when I'm asking this question, why? And what next, and how do I find out the answers? And I said, no, I'm going to tune in. So I actually tuned in to one of your webinars, your Facebook session.
On a Friday.
On a Friday.
Okay.
And it resonated with me on such a level that I took immediate action.
Well, really? Like, what was the immediate action that you took now?
The immediate action was to sign up to the group.
Wow.
Was to post off for the book, the GPS system.
Okay.
And I wouldn't say I'm an avid reader, but I read the book, I would say within the week. You could do it faster than that.
Yes, but
you could do it faster than that. But I, in my way, taking notes, reviewing, checking in, grasping and understanding, and then I signed up for the course. So
I mean, it's not just you took action.
I took action. That was the main, yeah. And
just from that one session that you attended in terms of the Mind Reset for Success webinar that we staged. But you see, what we're hearing now that you've given us the backstory, and this is why I asked the story, because so many people will be able to relate to this. What you've just demonstrated is that there is a wisdom that the heart has that is far beyond the wisdom contained in your mind. Absolutely. So your head, intellectually, you couldn't figure this thing out. No, I was trying to reason it out. Wow. And it had to make tangible sense to me. I was sort of, I don't know what I expected or what I was looking for, but it needed to be tangible in my own head, in how we learn lessons. It needs to be tangible. It can't be on a different level that says, you know what, I'm going to show you the way, but you need to have your eyes open in order to see it. Yes, yes. And you have to have the confidence and the courage and the faith. And the faith, 100% the faith. And 100% the faith, because that's what happened. I mean, if we be true, the old Sharon was all about quantitative, qualitative, like give me the information, let me analyze it, let me look over. Right. And if it makes sense to my left brain. That's right. Fine. But this new Sharon, you very were analytical. Yes. Previously. Previously. Yes. But what you were now being invited to was to open up your heart. Yeah. To embrace your feminine energy and to demonstrate that through faith. Yeah. By taking this step, which many people, and I'm expanding on this because people will say, well, okay, we get it. No, because 80% of people don't do what you do or what you did. Do what I did.
Yeah, because you need to trust it as well. Unseeingly trust it, but know it to be true, that you're on the right path.
Wow.
I've been asking for a long time.
Wow.
So if I'm asking and I have been directed and guided, what's my hesitation?
Exactly, but it's because you were ready, because you've heard of other people.
Yes, definitely ready, open to receive and bring in my whole self. And that had the potentiality of, I felt vulnerable because I was completely open to the unknown. I didn't know what was going to come up. And I felt that in going through the process, there may be some uncomfortable moments.
Yeah. And you're thinking, I don't even know this guy like this. Like,
Indeed.
I don't want to be telling him my business like that.
That's right. That's right. And we're raised that way.
Absolutely.
We're absolutely raised that way.
But when
I say we, I'm talking about, I'm from a Caribbean background.
Our community, let's say it.
Our community, yes, absolutely. Our community is what happens at home, stays at home. You don't carry your business outside, etc., etc.
And especially some dude that just showed up, like you just met the other day. Like, what the hell is this?
And who is this person?
And who is this person? Who is this man? But come on, for the record, because what I love about Sharon is like you are open and you're straight talking.
Yes.
Which unfortunately is another thing that does not happen in our community. So I know that people will be watching this, and a lot of women will be watching this, because that what you're describing as an experience is happening to thousands, if not tens of thousands of women in our community, but they don't realize that what they're feeling, it's happening across the earth. Are you with?
Yeah, it's not happening in isolation. I connect with so many people.
So my question to you is, I mean, in terms of that hesitation, so what I'm hearing is that, okay, you might have had those thoughts in terms of who is it, all the questions, who is this guy, what, blah, 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 blah. But your faith and your desire to bring about a solution to this issue was greater. Would you say so?
100%. 100%. Yeah. I quelled that thought very quickly.
Wow.
Very quickly.
And so here we are this week. So you join us on the Mind Reset test webinar, and within 7 days you've joined our R.I.C.H Society membership, which is just a community of people like you who want to be seekers and light workers who want to do the work themselves to enable them to be a beacon of light in their community. So you register, you sign up, you join the community, and then you read the book. And I guess, would you say that in that 7 days of reading the book and joining the community, was it congruent with what?
Yes, definitely.
Wow.
But I really feel that to get to enable you to really understand yourself on a deeper level, you need to be open. And because I was ready to be open and be my whole true self, in my expression of thought and consideration of others, it was reciprocal.
Yeah. And Tony DADA took care of you, really, didn't he?
Yeah, you guided and supported and definitely nurtured along the way. Yes.
So here we are, you've gone through that process, and it was congruent. And as a result, you decided that, okay, this feels right. I'm going to step to the next stage and I'm going to sign up for the Mind Reset short course.
Yeah.
And so you took action.
Yes.
What was that like? That, I mean, it's only 14 days. And,
Yeah.
you know, some people will say, well, what could happen in 14 days? So what did happen for Sharon in 14 days?
Well, Sharon met Sharon. And what I mean by that is that I felt that what happens with life is that you're going through the stages. So, you know, you're born, you know, you have the family around you, etc., etc. You go into the school system. You're I don't even know how to phrase this. I wouldn't even say you're taught, but you go through the schooling system. I'll underline that. And you find yourself in life, sort of standing on your own 2 feet. You sort of find your way into some level of employment and you just continue. And I think it's sort of like it's emotion that we find ourselves in because we are subjected to a lot of visual stimuli, whether it's from whichever screen you choose to watch. There's some level of what normality is and what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to see and interact.
You're absolutely right. And in brief, effectively what you're saying is this used to be the way of the world where we go to school literally to be indoctrinated as to how to get a job, basically, to be a worker. Now, with where you are, and I believe this is a new era, this is an opportunity for those who want to rise out of that slumber and find their purpose, their soul purpose, and then allow the education and the socialization that they engage in to be for that objective. So here you are, you joined the Mind Reset program, again, exercising faith, because you know, we tell you a little bit about it, but it's about you moving. And I think what I sensed was you started a momentum that you didn't want to stop.
Absolutely, absolutely.
So what was the experience like?
So the experience was in really connecting with myself on a deeper level, because the process is that you have to ask yourself some really soul-searching questions and seek your inner truth